Are you ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What's up, y'all? Chris Small, the chef, aka Red Specs, and I'm here with my brother and co-host, Papa Wolf, aka Alpha Moon. Tell him where we going, brother.
Hey, yo, we going to Hoboken, New Jersey, baby.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what it is. Food for thought. We'll be in the building.
Yes, we're going to see our boy, Bebe Bambu, and we want y'all all to join us as we go to Hoboken Historical Museum and check out some of his artwork. Be there or be square.
That's right. Red Specs, Alpha Moon, BK Pinky. You know what it is. Food for thought, your mind, body, and soul. This is how we do. We in the building, y'all.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby. You also had a piece over here you mentioned about the hip hop.
Oh yeah.
So I like this hip hop, and I see like how you have the shouting, how you got the Timbs going on, like you know, like, and then still with the same elements with the mask.
Yeah.
You know, I really like that. So
Of course.
and of course the radio. You know,
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
what inspired you to
So-
do this type of piece.
Yeah, this piece, you know, again, it's one of my favorite pieces of the collection. This one's called El Coco Que Habla, and it's the most recent piece I did.
Okay.
This piece is actually inspired from a New Rican poet who migrated from Puerto Rico to New York City like in the 50s or 30s, something like crazy, almost 100 years ago. The dude died in the 90s, so he passed away already in the 90s. But he is a big influence in the New Rican poets movement, and what we know now as the New Rican Poets Cafe, which inspired a very important generation of poets that were Boricua descendant here in New York City. Some of them were also Boricua migrating to New York City, who found this community of the New Rican poets, of, you know, this spoken word movement that you see it now. It's so, you know, so important in the city. Everybody's got that open mic, that poets night, and it's part of this culture that still resonates right now. So this person, his name is Jorge Brando. When I learned about him, I had to do this tribute for him because he was a poet who only knew his poetry and recited his poetry in Spanish. But he was here in New York City, and he was also, you know, reciting his poetry in the streets. And
Now, was he doing that just only in Spanish?
Most of it was in Spanish, and his most famous work and what he's known for is in Spanish.
Did he ever get it translated into English?
So he might have a few pieces in English where he was, you know, playing with the sense of trying to speak well or something, right? But he was known for, you know, pushing this shopping cart full of books and just like reciting in the street, and also promoting theater and theater in the street.
We call them here, well, in New York, we in Jersey, sidewalk entrepreneurs. Sidewalk entrepreneurs.
I believe this could have been, you know, if not one of the most famous street poets. Because the dude really, you know, he wasn't rich. He lived in the street. I mean, he didn't live in the street, but that's where he was, and he knew that that's where his audience would be. So eventually he ended up influencing poets, very important poets like Pedro Pietri, Miguel Piñero, who are eventually the founders of the New York Poets Cafe. Miguel Algarin, of course. You know, and this piece really inspired me to dig into that history and really discover this unsung hero of this movement, and then take the time to really you know, do a piece for him. I did some research on historical pictures of him, and I found out that the dude, he made a Super 8 movie. He did a movie in Super 8, so Super 8 film.
Yeah.
A Super 8 film
That's
is like
that's the one that's
So
yeah.
he did a movie with that film. It hasn't been digitalized yet, but I've only seen videos of it, like a person recording another screen.
Yeah.
Because it's videos of him reciting his poetry. So there are some, you know, people that did the work of documenting him before he passed. There is another documentary of him when he was a lot older, right before he passed. And he was very old and just reciting his poetry. It's really inspiring, you know. Just to tell that story.
You like a walking dictionary. I know Respect's behind the camera. We really appreciate it. I mean, you have so much information that you share with the masses.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have more with the one and only Bebe Bambu later in the show. First, as y'all know, I'm Trent Small, the chef, aka Red Specs. My brother and co-host Papa Wolf, aka Alpha Moon. He's having problems with his camera and his equipment at where he's at in North Carolina due to the storm and the flooding out there. So hopefully we can get that fixed and he can join us later in the show. Also, I'm joined with the one and only BK Pinky from Brooklyn, bringing you that street news later in the episode. Yeah, man. As you guys know, this is Food for Thought. We're coming to you live every Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m., bringing you real talk on food, music, and the truth that matters to our listeners. Catch our streaming portion live on YouTube. And also listen to our audio version on Spotify for creators and wherever you get your podcasts. So we're just going to get right into it, man. My brother is not here right now. I'm Dolo. BK Pinky will be in later. So let's just get into it, man. Let's go.
A new year calls for a new kind of podcast. Live every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yeah. I'm back. Welcome to Food for Thought. It's another thrilling Thursday, and we're glad to have you back here with us. So thank you for tuning in live here for Food for Thought. Yeah, thank you. But before we dive in, you know, I'm going to always ask you this to follow, like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you never miss an episode here at Food for Thought. We appreciate that, man. So welcome to Food for Thought, where every story is, of course, a recipe for change. And every voice adds spice to a conversation. See where I'm doing with that? Food, music, truth. This isn't just broadcasting and podcasting. It's a gathering place. a table set for truth, culture, and connection. We bring together chefs, creators, disruptors, and dreamers. Voices rooted in the community and rising towards something bigger. Here we don't just talk, we also listen. We also learn. We also feed the soul with memory, movement, and meaning. Because nourishment isn't only what we eat, people, it's what we share, what we remember, and what we fight for. So if you're craving conversation that stirs your spirit and fills you up, then pull up a chair. We're serving real talk, people here. Rich stories and unapologetic truth. One plate, one voice, one episode at a time. This is food for thought. Let's fire it up tonight. Let's go. Yeah. Once again, like I said, AK Alpha Moon, he's having problems with the equipment. And hopefully by the time Bebe Bambu comes on, he can straighten that out. So let's get into some news real quick that I have down here. So I don't know if you guys know, but PBS is set to close due to some cuts. PBS. How many of us grew up on PBS? The Electric Company, Sesame Street, and all of these other interesting shows that came on PBS, man. And they're making cuts on that. So the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, the funding backbone for PBS and NPR, which NPR stands for National Public Radio, a nonprofit media organization that produces and distributes news, talk, and culture programming, is shutting down after Congress slashes $1.1 billion in public media funding through 2027. Damn. The CPB, or also Corporation for Public Broadcasting, a nonprofit corporation created by Congress in 1967 to fund and support public broadcasting stations, include NPR and PBS, says it will begin an orderly wind down, okay, with most staff leaving by September 30th, man, and that's more jobs lost. Once again, PBS is going to be shut down, and that's our learning to our people out there. That's learning for our kids. They're trying to stifle this truth from us, people. Anything that we want to learn and what we should be learning about is getting cut. So these cuts are to be to defund public broadcasting, and will hit more than 1,500 local stations nationwide, from small town NPR affiliates to PBS programming like Sesame Street, Frontline, and PBS NewsHour, all these things. So critics of public broadcasting claim its contents lean too heavy into issues of race and gender. That's what they're saying. Critics are saying. While supporters stress its role is developing or delivering free, high quality education and information programming, especially in the underserved communities. Now, this closure will mark the end of an era for an institute that has been with us in American culture for, I don't know, man, for like nearly 60 years. And it's igniting a fierce debate over the future of public media in today's shifting media landscape. How are they going to do this, and what's going to replace it? That's the question here. You know, and also, how are they going to know about Sesame Place and not Sesame Street? Big up, man. Big up. Oh, man. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Also, we have a Texas standoff. Okay. The governor orders civil arrests for lawmakers who walked out. What does that mean? And could they really be brought back in? So, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has authorized what's known as a civil arrest for Democrats, state lawmakers who left Texas to block a vote on a Republican-led redistricting bill. By leaving, the lawmakers prevented this to pass, which is great. I'd never heard this before in my life. And the House needs a certain amount of members to conduct business. So if these people are not here, they can't conduct these businesses. So Governor Abbott says the move is necessary to keep the legislative process moving. And the Democrat lawmakers argue the bill would weaken voting power in some communities. And you all know what communities that is. Civil arrest in Texas allows law enforcement to return absent lawmakers to the Capitol, though it's not a criminal charge at all. So this standoff is the latest in a series of walkouts by lawmakers seeking to delay or block legislation, a tactic with precedented in the United States policy. So here's a few questions that some of our viewers asked me while I was on a live. So one person asked, civil arrest sounds serious. What does that mean here? Okay. So it's a legal way to bring lawmakers back to the Capitol. But once again, it's not a criminal charge. So I don't even know how they're going to be doing this. Okay. Another one says, have we seen this before? Yes, we have. In Texas and in other states. I mean, it's rare, but it's been used as a political tactic before. And this will not be the last time. Mark my calendar. It will not be the last time. Also, someone asks, can they actually be brought back? That's possible. But for now, it's a waiting game to see who makes the first move. So this is going to be a waiting game, and this is going to be an interesting turn of events. So let's see what happened with that. News. Yeah, man. Also, a powerful 8.8 earthquake has struck off Russia's peninsula, and they say it's one of the strongest recorded in the region. So this was huge, 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 huge. The quake lasted nearly 4 minutes, which is a long time. 1 minute is even long. 30 seconds is even long when it comes to an earthquake. So you can imagine 4 minutes. So it shifted land by almost 2 meters and triggered tsunami alerts across the whole Pacific. Thousands were evacuated, and while injuries have been limited, you know, our thoughts are with everyone affected there in Russia. Even though we know what's going on with the United States and Russia, we do not wish any harm to any being. Okay. So in the days after the rear chain reaction unfolded, I'm gonna see if I'm saying this right? Kasanikov volcano erupted for the first time in 600 years, with several hundreds and several others, showing activities. So this volcano went off, triggering other volcanoes also. And experts say that the quake likely set off an underground volcanic system. And aftershocks, some potentially strong, are expected in the weeks ahead. So is this sign of the times? Now, did it affect Ukraine? That's a question. And the answer to that question is no. The earthquake near Rustlers. Why I keep saying Rustlers? Russia's peninsula did not affect Ukraine at all. It didn't affect Ukraine at all. The quake occurred in Russia's far east, thousands of miles away from Ukraine. So, which is in Eastern Europe, I believe. So the quake activity and tsunami warnings were focused around the Pacific Rim with no direct impact to Ukraine. So thanks to that. Because God knows Ukraine got enough problems as it is right now. They don't need a 8.8 earthquake shaking them up as well. They don't need that right now. So let me read you something too that also came across my desk. Let me just pop it up on my phone here real quick. We're live, baby. Let's do it. Hopefully, like I said, AK Alpha Moon can come in here and he'd be all right for later. Let me just scroll through here real quick. And I'm gonna just read this real quick. Okay. All right, let's talk about some breaking news in the world of Black entertainment. Okay, so BET has officially put a pause on two of its biggest events, the Soul Train Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards. Now, before y'all panic, they're not canceling it forever. That's what they say. Just indefinitely suspended. So the CEO of BET, Scott Mills, confirmed the decision and said the shows are being reimagined, not scraped. And also, what they really mean is BET is taking a step back to rethink how these iconic events can live in today's fast-changing media world. So here's what's behind the move. So this is what's behind the move, right? Let me just scroll. ratings have been on the decline, not just for BT, but for award shows all across the board. So, and also the media landscape is shifting, as y'all know. More people are streaming and less are watching traditional television. So that's changing the whole landscape altogether. Also, and BT wants to tap into a new generation by exploring digital first platforms. Thanks streaming. Listen, only what it says here, thanks streaming only or online exclusive experiments. So they're going to do a lot of streaming, and I don't think it's going to be on TV anymore. So what does this mean for the fans of BET? These award shows won't be aired on regular BET anytime soon. So just don't look out for that. There's no time limit yet, they said, according to BET spokesperson, or even how they'll come back. So, but this isn't the end, man. This isn't the end of Soul Train and BT Hip Hop Awards, man. They say it's a strategic shift to figure out what BT is going to do next. So keep your eyes open. We might be watching the next Soul Train experience and on an app and not on cable anymore. So let's see what happened with that. Let's see what happened with that. No doubt, no doubt. Let's see what's happening with that, man. So remember, donations and gifts are always accepted here at Food for Thought. You can Cash App us at Food for Thought 1424 at Gmail, or you can Zelle us at Food for Thought 1424 at Gmail. Checks and money orders are always accepted here at Food for Thought, man. Always. Also, you can watch us on Rumble. Check us out on Rumble at Food for Thought FFT. Also, catch our season episodes Fridays, every Friday at 7 a.m. and then again at 3 p.m. on Brooklyn Free Speech TV, Channel 3. Now, that's available in Brooklyn on Spectrum. I think the channel is 1998, Optimum 69, RCN 84. And those that don't live in Brooklyn can watch us on Verizon Fios on channel 44. So tune in and don't miss out on that. Yeah. Yeah, man. So we're just hoping my brother pops in here, man, and get down with us, man. Because we're going live, man. We're live. Also, let me skim down here. Also, if you got talent, you got a message. Once again, we want to see it. Food for Thought is now accepting video submissions of all genres, whether it's original music, spoken word, or impactful community work. We want to showcase your creativity. So submit those to Food for Thought at 1424 at Gmail. And make sure the MP4 file, and let's shine a light on your work. No doubt. Also, head over to our website and grab some awesome merchandise and log into our blog to join the food conversation, because I want to know what you guys eating. What are y'all doing out there? What's the best restaurants to go to? That's what I want to know. We're going to be doing some food reviews, so look out for those. You guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love our food reviews. Also,
what's beautiful in your city? Look for the Food for Thought truck in your neighborhood.
That's right. What's beautiful in your city? Keep your eyes peeled. Keep it open, because Food for Thought is hitting the streets heavy. If you see the Food for Thought truck pull up in your hood, don't sleep. Slide through, man. Slide through. We got giveaways, good vibes, and you might catch one of the squads out there live. You never know. You can chop it up with us out there and just have some fun. You never know where we'll pop up next here at Food for Thought. Never know. Yeah, man. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into this right now here. So tonight on Food for Thought, we welcome Bebe Bambu. That's who's coming on tonight. A Puerto Rican-born, Brooklyn-based creative force who work spans music, poetry, design, and community art. He's here to share his story, his vision, and his voice, and we're gonna be talking with him tonight. Big up to that, big up to that. So let's give a shout out to our sponsors, because our sponsors, the ones that help us build a stronger platform here in this industry. So let's get into it.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby allows you to have faster reaction time paired with laser-sharp focus without the jitters or a crash. If you want to start winning more, this is for you. The Premium Energy Drink Dubby.
Get 10% off your entire order from Dubby when you use coupon code Food for Thought, which helps support the podcast.
Scan that QR code for more information about our show today. Today on Food for Thought, we're joined by a multi-talented artist whose work speaks across walls, beats, and communities. Born in Puerto Rico, this guest is a designer, musician, and former graffiti writer whose roots in slam poetry and street art has involved him into a powerful visual and sonic storyteller. From murals in Puerto Rico to music festivals in Mexico and New York City, from the galleries to youth workshops, he brings art to the people and purpose to his craft. Now that he's based in Brooklyn, he continues to create, collaborate, and build communities. Check this out. This is a Food for Thought exclusive. This is a Food for Thought exclusive. Welcome, Bebe Bambu, to the stage. What's up, man? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us here today on Food for Thought, man. I met you not too long ago, and I said, yeah, I gotta have you on the show, man. Gotta have you. How you been, man?
Gracias, for real, de verdad. I really appreciate everything you guys do, and you know, it's a privilege to be a part of this experience here at Food for Thought. And yeah, man, we're ready to keep it going, you know?
Yeah, man, no doubt.
We're happy to have you, man.
So first, before we start, tell the people out there who you are and a little about yourself.
All right, so my name is Bebe Bambu. I'm from Santurce, Puerto Rico. born and raised. I got started with the hip hop culture, graffiti, MCing, and then I got a little bit more involved, learning about the history of Puerto Ricans in New York and like the New Yorican poets and that type of history that went also, about migration from Puerto Rico to New York, and I was inspired by the whole history there, and it started developing and to an awesome journey, doing different projects from music to artwork, and now I'm showing my stuff in galleries, and I got an exhibit in a museum in Hoboken, and
Yeah, man.
it's been a great journey, but we still moving every day.
Every day, man. Every day.
Every day. Every day.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
So, what I want to ask you, I got some questions down here. You wear many hats: graffiti artist, poet, rapper, educator. How do you describe what you do when some people ask you who Baby Bambu is? How do you describe that to them? Who you are?
You know what? Well, I would say I'm here to inspire and to help see where, see the possibilities.
Okay.
So a lot of my inspiration also comes from community work and working with others, inspiring others and looking to provoke an artistic expression in others.
I like that.
To see the option there, to see the whole universe you can uncover by finding inspiration with things that you do and how you can turn that into an artistic expression, and art is not only to sell something, it's also like a very personal journey and transformation that you do within yourself to try to put something out through your hands or your ideas, and it's really, really transformative, when you get to intervene in communities like that. It really sparks up. It really sparks up people's ideas and people's body. Everything. They just start glowing, bro, for real.
Yep.
Yeah.
People
People like that.
They say art is the universal language, like music too.
Yeah.
One's
It's just
perception.
amazing. It's just amazing to me, like how Puerto Ricans have evolved from coming from Puerto Rico, and they just came here and they just blew up the whole spot, man. Just created like their own lane. You guys have your own lane, man. And in order to step in that lane, man, you got to get invited there, man. You feel me? You can't just walk in there and from anywhere. It's just and I love that about you guys, man. I love that.
No, it's definitely mutual, because in Puerto Ricans coming out of the island and general, just I've seen with the people that are born here but have Puerto Rican heritage, the importance of of connecting with Afro-Americans, Native Americans. That is the whole purpose of us coming here, man.
No
and
doubt.
Because it's a calling to a human connection, and we have our history in the island, and we celebrate our Afro Puerto Rican educators from over 200 years that have monuments in the island and such, and this is how we are brought up. And when we cross the river or we cross the ocean to come here, it's all part of this calling of connecting with the land and with the people native to that land.
Yeah,
And
man.
obviously people oppressed, and
A lot.
to overcome that. So Puerto Ricans and connecting with Afro-Americans is one of the most important callings that we have as a society, because
Facts.
it's to bring everything, to lift us
Together.
each other up. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
there's things that come with our history that we share verbally, like stories that lift us up.
Uh-huh.
And from the other side also is things that we
Uh-huh.
need to hear, and
Hmm.
we need to learn that to overcome and to continue building,
Yeah, especially now, man, the way things are going, this
Yep.
administration, and it's gonna be scary. It's getting, well, it's scary now, but it's
yeah.
gonna get even worse.
Yep.
It's gonna get even worse because one, it just started, and we got 3 years left.
Yep. Got 3 years.
And the way things is going on now, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, but you know how I feel a little bit? I feel like nothing has changed
Oh, talk
at
to
all.
me.
So so it's like,
We're used to the struggle. We're used to it.
yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and if you think it's just like when fucking Vietnam was happening, it was just
Mhm.
like, and through history, we're not even part of these generations, and we're having to live this again,
Hmm.
but in other contexts. And so a lot of things haven't changed.
Yep.
What's changed? When
Yep.
it, I mean, in the concept that what we're not being paid our due wages.
Yep.
The same thing that's been going. Same thing that's been going on.
Yep.
For in a sense, it's not enough, and it'll never be enough to stop the drive that we have,
Exactly. No
because
doubt.
because our parents overcome the struggle, and our grandparents.
Yep.
So we come in with this force that they just have to come up with something to put in these barriers,
Yeah.
So, and a lot of these barriers are in our mind also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that.
Yeah. We have to overcome that. We definitely have to overcome those barriers in our mind. Like you said something then, like our grandparents and our parents came and they endured that. We like to call that our perseverance. We call that culture driven. We're culture driven by our ancestors, our grandparents, and the struggles that they went through. Some came across the ocean, like you said earlier. Some was already here, but the struggle was there, and through that, we keep persevering and going on until we reach what we got to reach to. But the struggle's always going to be there. The fight is always going to be there. It's to get it out of your mind and keep going forward. You know what I mean?
Big up, AK. Big up, AK. No doubt.
Yeah.
So, how have the your rhythms, your struggles, and spirit of coming from another country shape not just your creative style, but the stories you choose to tell in your artwork?
Wow.
Because I know Puerto Rico is in that art, man. You shoving it in there and shoving it down people's throat like, yo, this is Puerto Rico,
That's right. That's right.
Wow,
Proud of it, man.
Yeah. There's a big history there. There's a lot of history there, and it's a lot of silencing. So that's kind of like why we so loud sometimes with it, and why we want to always wear, the flag, the colors, and all that. It's a lot of history, and the island, the situation there, is also very difficult. It has a very complex history too, in terms of silencing people, and still, these stories have been part of this mission, of this my artwork has been inspired by these stories, and it's part of what's given me drive, having to leave the island.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're forced to leave the island or where you're from, is different than leaving by choice.
By choice,
Exactly.
yeah.
So you're forced because different things are making life not easy.
Difficult.
So difficult.
Yep.
And having to move around, these stories have given me the strength, to keep focused and to continue sharing my knowledge.
That's good.
And that has been making that part of my purpose as well. Doing music and doing artwork is kind of like keeping a balance for me.
Yeah.
And then I found out that when I started sharing it, other people were starting to react to it in a way that it was like, oh, wow. No.
Yeah. Make you feel good, boy. Like inside here, like, oh.
In a way that they don't even have to, because a physical exchange on money and selling something, one thing, but to understand and have a connection art in a way that it doesn't measure up in how much money you can pay for it.
That's right.
But that you are connecting with other people and people are letting you know that.
Yep.
That is an incredible feeling.
Yeah, that is.
Because it gives purpose to your so-called crazy ideas or things that you thought that maybe you were the only person thinking that. And then, you get to see how it's gravitating towards others and how it's inspiring others.
Yep.
So, these elements in the culture and Puerto Rican culture that also resonates in other cultures as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is something that discovering that has helped me want to share more of my work, regardless if it's for somebody from Puerto Rico or not.
Yeah, keep doing it, man. Keep doing it because
keep doing it, man.
That's history right there, man.
That's right. You gotta keep passing that knowledge on.
Those are those things that people want to suppress, and if we can continue to let our young folks and that's growing up now see these things, they can never suppress it because it'll keep living on through them and through their kids and keep it moving. So
that's right.
That's a good thing.
That's right. And I definitely see it in your artwork. When we walked in there, from the mask, oh man, I was like, it felt good seeing that. It was almost, like, wow, like it takes you back to I want to say like Mayan Inca type thing, all of those things. That's what I seen when I first seen the artwork you did for the festival. It was beautiful, man.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And thank you for
thank you for the
autograph one you gave us.
Now by the time I left, because I live in Charlotte. So but Red Specs got it. So he made me a copy of it. So when I go back out there, I'll pick it up. So I want to say thank you for that too. Yeah, man.
Let me know because I can get you another one.
Okay. Yeah.
More.
Oh, you just send it to Red Specs to the office.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. And I got the piece hanging up in
yeah, he already hung it up.
Yeah, he's seen it. I put it in the frame. He's seen it.
Oh yeah. I like that piece behind you too.
Yeah, this piece behind me right here.
Yeah.
One of the pieces that got the collection started.
Okay.
Collection, which is, it has that element from Puerto Rican folklore, right? And I kind of use that also in the poster.
Okay.
But I always try to have kind of like a ancestral element to the artwork because that's also part of the calling of the purpose of why I do things. It's also to kind of make a message subliminally with the
That's
art.
what I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
connecting with it and not just because of the colors or the shape. It's because there's a purpose in the form.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. In every artwork that you do,
Yeah.
there's some information in there that people need to see, that you hid in there, like like a treasure. You know what I mean? That people need to see.
Yeah.
I like that how you put that, man. That's
Yeah,
great.
you just look, man, like even with the little what you call it, T, that we was looking at, they're almost like the figure sticks, like the guys with
Oh
the
yeah,
hands, like almost like the
yeah.
man. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's beautiful, man.
I see
That's
what you
beautiful.
mean.
So tell me, what inspired you to transition from virtual street art to spoken words to recording music? Like, what inspired you to do all those three elements there?
Wow. So, man, it definitely had to be, my fascination, admiration to hip hop. Once, we received that information in the island, it was also a huge spark to the people who were also willing to listen, because it's like a calling. Again, it's part of that calling to the brotherhood, to unite, the cultures. It was a declaration of peace, like KRS said, and to understand that, you just hear somebody rapping, but something sparks like, no, there is a purpose behind this,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And even though we didn't understand English right away, it was like, oh, hold up.
That's it.
Exactly.
There's also a lot of parallels with sacred things. Like, they say the Quran rhymes in Arabic.
In Arabic, yep.
Right? It rhymes in Arabic.
Yep.
So the function of it was also to light up that that spark in each of us. So once I learned, I understood hip hop culture, then I started to look at the history of it, and you saw like there were levels to it. The graffiti guys had a level to it, and level to it.
Yeah.
Had a level, and when you knew more than one thing, you were grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
You had to do more than one thing.
Yeah.
And that was, and then, but commercially, I thought that we didn't know enough about how, artists did other things as well. No, like also Rakim was a graffiti artist.
Yep.
Rakim could do graffiti, but we never kind of saw nobody promoting the fact that Rakim also did graffiti.
Yeah, they concentrate on the mic. That's
because he was right. So,
KRS one too. All of them was doing graffiti. Yeah.
Yep.
And that I was kind of seeing that also, me being from a younger generation, I was kind of looking all these things up, but obviously we didn't see, DMX doing no graffiti or Ja Rule doing no graffiti on the.
Well, you gotta remember too, like graffiti was kind of forbidden. It was one of those things that you shouldn't be doing.
I did graffiti.
We seen it as art on our side, but anybody on the outside looking in, they thought it was messing up the community.
Public nuisance.
And they didn't see it that way. So that's why a lot of those things wasn't anchored, connecting to each other, like you're trying to say, because some of those things was like forbidden. No, so they continue to just think about hip hop and rhyming and DJ. That was it.
Yeah, they didn't take that. I did graffiti for a while. My brother, God bless the dead, he was big graffiti artist. I wrote K-Tar, that was my throw up, that was my tag, KATOR. So that was just part of that generation, you know what I'm saying? Coming up, breakdancing, doing all that, man.
And we started our hip hop journey in like 86, around that era.
Wow.
And
I was born in 88. Bro.
yeah, man,
look at that.
we had a rap group. We was on stage. We made music in the studio. We sold out of this trunk of our car. Everything, man.
Putting
So you
posters
talking
up
about
all up First Avenue till we get a call. Them saying that they're gonna give us what was it? A summons because we were putting it from all the way from 96th Street all the way up the bridge to the Bronx. We putting up our posters and all that big posters.
There you go. That was
Come back again.
I said that's the golden age, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
the
yeah.
golden age.
Things
That's
don't
the
happen like that anymore, and you don't see that drive in people anymore, you know.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
You don't. Especially now with all this stuff going on.
Yep.
In the music industry and you know AI and different stuff.
Yep.
So
I think it's going to take a different turn because of all this stuff that's going on.
It might have to go back to that. It has to go sell your CDs and make your money how you should, because you ain't gonna. They're not gonna. Spotify's never gonna pay you like what you know. And
and people going to get more paid on doing shows and stuff like that, moving, you know. So all that online, like you said, Spotify and all that, and getting into a record label and all. It ain't going.
Me personally, I don't think it's going to be too many record labels there, because artists that's coming out now with all the technology and all the different things that's coming out, they're finding ways to innovate and move the masses for themselves. They don't need a big machine behind them to move the masses and reap the benefits of that. They don't need those big. So I see it elevating. Hip hop always elevated itself. You know what I'm saying? The music industry. So I think it's going to elevate.
Yeah. So how do you see the power of visual arts compared to music in creating change and starting conversations? The visual art is much different than music.
Wow. I guess.
Or is it just like you're just putting them both together in one? You know, do you ever separate them, say, okay, this is my visual arts, and I don't want to put, you know, you don't compare it to the music that you're doing or the hip hop you're doing, or you just put everything in one basket like that?
Wow. Well, at first, you know, it was, you could say they're two separate baskets, right?
Okay.
Something help me keep balance also, because to understand the business of each basket is the key also, because music industry, art industry, two different animals. And, you know, music industry also, you know, how we just said, complicated, ever changing, technology coming in. What do you do? And then art will also, so different games. So you try to keep and learn formalities for each. So how can I move forward with both projects at the same time? So you have to learn formalities, and music industry has their formalities and such in terms of how you present your work to certain people, or you know, influence or whatnot, or how you present it to clubs when you want to perform at a place, and also is it only relying on a viral video? Or if you don't have a viral video, how do you get clubs or people to pay attention to you? In the artwork also, you know, before, world and galleries was just like a place for the rich, or people that had money to put their kids through that, and galleries taking money for how much, whatnot, and turning also the artwork also was corrupted, you could say, as well as much as the music industry was, in terms of commercializing a product, right? So you in the artwork world, you have crazy shit go down too. People overvalue art that is not really technique impressive or in any way. They'll just blow up this artist that does like this just neutral art. Neutral. It's just neutral. And build that up and say, oh, this piece cost $3 million. And people be like, oh, I need to paint like that guy. You got artists that are trying to be like other artists because it's selling.
Because it's selling, just like social media. You following that trend. You following that.
Exactly. So then you have artists that only paint flowers. Flowers sells to a certain group of people who want paintings of flowers in their house, which is cool. You could have a painting of a flower in your house. That's dope. You know, and if it's nice, then you put that there.
Yeah.
But then the artist turns into only that.
It gets stereotyped like an actor. This is the only thing he does. I know him. That's all he does.
And then he'll only want to paint flowers because it sells.
It sells.
Okay, you're doing a come up on that. That's great. That's great that you did that and continue to do it. But that is what happens in a commercial aspect. You know, when you're trying to do your artwork or your music, you know, what is the niche? Who are you trying really to sell it to? And is the purpose of your music selling? Or is the purpose of your art just selling?
Right. And that's what amazed me about you when I seen you, was because you had your artwork hanging up and then you come out here rapping. I was like, yo, what the hell is this guy doing over here? You got everything going on. You got
all bases covered.
Exactly. That's creative. That's creativity, man. That's creativity.
Thank you.
I like that. That's creativity.
And really, you know, it's like I really don't expect anything from it. It's just pure expression right there. You know what I mean? Some people will start to know me for one thing, and then they'll get to know another part of me, which is great. You know, you find an artist that you like, and you see that it has multiple sides to it. You know, so. And I definitely think that art and movies and, you know, all this like crazy celebrity thing that people think of celebrities and use them as role models and stuff. You know, it's really kind of crashing now, and you know, people want to connect with real things, bro. Now,
it's true.
Now you wanna have a purpose of only or doing things only to be discovered, or you know, there has to be something more behind your artwork for it to be interesting for others. It has to be a pure expression there, because if not, it's just like Mickey Mouse. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of Mickey Mouse artwork out there, so you see a lot of these new galleries and crazy NFT artists that do pixel art, and they sell out for millions of dollars on a pixel art. And why is that? Is it really because the pixel art is dope, or is it somebody just trying to build up some shit?
Yeah, make a new thing.
Look away from what's important.
Was really changing there. Yeah, I got you.
Really changing people. You know, and what's really provoking different thoughts and provoking changes in people. It's not the NFT thing. Like if you think about the NFT thing, how that people were crazy with that.
Yes.
People went crazy with that. Oh no, everybody had an NFT collection. I got a fucking NFT collection. I put it out there because you as an artist, you always have to stay aware of like these new technologies. Where is it going? Where is the market going? How do I go from selling a print to selling an NFT? You know, if it means it's going to change my life, as
Yep.
then I need to learn that, right?
So can you explain the NFT to the folks that's listening? Because they probably don't even know what that is.
I believe that NFT is one of the dirtiest games out there, and
Ooh,
for real.
talk to us.
It's rough. It's rough.
I'm going to tell you why. So these cryptocurrencies, and NFT stands for non-fungible token, and it's a virtual asset that you can have and you can build up, the wealth of it or the value of it. Okay. So there are some up and down sides to it. But basically an NFT is based on a specific cryptocurrency that you can choose between different types of cryptocurrency. You've heard about Bitcoin, Sol, Ethereum, and all these names out there. But when the NFT thing took off, the cryptocurrency that was pushing it was Ethereum. And that cryptocurrency, Ethereum, is actually based on petroleum energy. Okay, it's a cryptocurrency that's based off a company the way you make Ethereum energy is through carbon-based petroleum, and all this is like polluting shit, right? It's not a green energy thing. Right. So to produce Ethereum, you have to do all this stuff that pollutes, waste, clear water, and blah, blah, blah. So I believe the NFT game started out as one of these big companies just trying to push their cryptocurrency and making it fashionable because you have you put a little art on it.
Right.
So they started building up these so-called NFT artists with pixel art and art that's not even appealing. Then you have Snoop Dogg trying to buy a cryptocurrency thing that is worth, I don't know what, over a dead orangutan that looks like a crazy dead orangutan. Why is that art? Well, the purpose is because it's actually pushing a cryptocurrency based off, one of these like mega billionaires that are drilling for oil somewhere, and wasting natural resources on something and just promoting something because they put a nice little package on it. It looks like a little toy thing, and whatever. It's just infantilizing art.
I'm hearing.
So much going on. So much.
So much going on, man.
I have a question, but briefly, I'm hearing a lot about the AI, like Timberland signed an AI artist. I know off the camera you and I was talking in Red Specs. Is that the same thing? Because it's pushing out all this energy and stuff like that, like you were just saying. Is the AI theory the same as that when they sign in these artists and stuff like that? What's your thoughts?
I wouldn't doubt it, man. And seeing AI do like that. If you look at like the whole, remember when everybody started doing the fucking Ghibli filter with the anime filter, and then billions of people started doing that, and the artists didn't get paid for nothing. Okay, and all they just asked the artist like, oh, how do you feel about like a billion people using your art style for something? And he was like, yeah, I think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to me. So, I mean, this AI thing, I kind of think is cheap, and to see it in the music, to see it in the art is kind of like insulting.
Yeah, slapping your face, slapping the face to artists that been out there or who's going into the studio and doing this stuff like that. And this AI thing, like to go back to the Bitcoin and the waste that it does. this AI does a lot of waste too.
That's what I'm
But
saying. That's what they were
I was
saying.
reading on, like, in order to keep these machines or computers or whatever going, you need tons and tons of electricity.
Electricity, the energy.
And then you need tons and tons of water to cool
Yep.
it down. So these two wasting electricity and water
It's
to
killing
get
the natural
to
resource.
function the AI is incredible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's incredible.
I know. It's really, you know, not even the half of it.
Yeah.
As we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, we don't even know the rest.
Yeah.
That's what
just
they
half of it.
That's what they're letting us see.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
they're letting us use.
Mm-hmm,
As we get distracted with Ghibli filters, you know, they'll be cloning some shit. And when I'm, you know, and to think about music is very, very concerning because, you know, sonic energy is something that it's not talked about too much, but there is something as sonic weapons and that type of technology. And then when you have a song that is transmitting a sonic message to your brain while you listen to it, and now you don't even have to be good at it. You just tell the computer to do it.
Yeah.
So you have Timbaland saying, I want, prompting in his computer. You have Timbaland going, make people shake their
We laughing because
make them jump up with one leg and put the left hand in your and stuff like that. And how advanced is technology really? Can they make us dance some way that, you know what I mean? So now to have a sonic influence is very concerning, you know. So you have to be very careful with what you listen to, what you put in your headphones, because you don't know what these crazy producers are trying to put in on a song now. We all heard stories like in the 70s, you turn a vinyl
backwards,
and you had a crazy rock band.
Backwards masking. Yeah, that's right.
It had Ozzy Osbourne biting the head of a bat on vinyl, and it's if they were doing that in the 70s, what do you think Timbaland's putting up on his? He's definitely putting up like, oh yeah, I want the people to dance to this.
Yeah, and putting it in the sonic wave.
And putting it into sonic wave, and then letting a computer, you know, dish it back out to you. So, you know, before it's like we have to really understand who is validating this, really. Like what makes it so correct all the time? It doesn't have to be correct. You know what I mean? And we don't have to accept it as correct.
That's right. That's right. No doubt.
We're just learning some of this stuff with all this AI stuff and different things like that. We're looking at, we were artists before, so we're looking at stuff and hearing a lot of stuff and seeing all the things and reading as much as we could. So it's, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
talk about it too, because it you know, people it might just pass right in front of our noses like that.
Yeah.
A question for me. You worked with a lot of kids to workshops. Why is teaching the next generation so important to you? And what would you tell them? What would you give them to pass on to, you know, what you pass on to them?
Wow. So now, you know, after mentioning all these things, you know, going back to something so simple as an art class or a music class just really takes on another meaning because, you know, we shouldn't always have to rely on technology for everything, especially, you know, while we're growing up, you know, thinking about children growing up into this new world where everything could just be, you know, distracting you from something else, you know, and then just returning back to, I wouldn't say the basics, because it's nothing basic about it. It's all just fundamental on development and self-development. Learning, to move your hands the way you want, hand-eye coordination, all these things. How do you practice that? So art, music, and how do you make an art of your hand-eye coordination? So it's very, very eye-opening to find yourself in the position where you can really, make an impact on somebody who has doubts over their capabilities, and be intimidated by technology is every day something that's more and more prominent. Everybody's being intimidated into not doing something as simple as art or music, because we fear that we're not going to be perfect enough, like a computer is perfect. So when is the importance of being perfect?
Exactly.
Just draws the line on that it's just not important anymore.
As long as you're true to yourself, and the things that you're putting out there, whether it's like you said, art or music, if you're true to yourself, then I think that will carry things through. You know what I'm saying? If you're truly doing it from the heart, it'll carry it through.
Yeah, and then you have to balance these things, right?
Yes.
How do you balance being a creator, an entrepreneur in today's digital age?
Well, you have to, man. And living in New York, everybody has a job. Everybody's got to pay rent and all that.
Right.
So I have a job 9 to 5, and I try to find time from when I get out to before I go to sleep. So every time, if it's 1 hour, 2 hours a day, you try to do your best during that time. And now it's so easily to be distracted, right? So Facebook, Instagram, you'll stay there for hours, and that's where your day went. You know what I mean? And the truth is that 1 hour, 2 hours a day could mean that
So much.
Have a career in it or in something else.
Yep.
You have something to pull yourself out of a day job and out of that routine. Even though even if it's nothing that will provide any money or economic difference to you, but it will mean an enrichment in your life.
Yeah, it keep you out of that routine every day, same
That
thing.
monotonous, that monotonous routine.
So
gotta find something to do.
A lot of discipline and putting in that work and really enjoying it. Not, don't think that it's only to make a buck. It's also to connect with other people, make community, go to your local gallery, go to your local community center, communicate with people, invite them to do collaborations, do a mural together, do a song together, do something with a musician that's from another genre, even if they do something else, just do the exercise of connecting with something.
Yeah, and some people don't want to do that because they believe that every time they do something, they got to get paid for it. Or every time they do something, something has to be given to them.
Yep.
And that's not part of that community struggle.
Yep.
You need to get out there and help people because you want to help, not just to benefit from things. A lot of people do that.
Definitely.
And a lot of your work touches on like culture identity and the struggle and the message and the things that you express to people, the hope and the things that they can take from what your artwork and your music. And I think that's real dope. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot of culture identity, stuff like that. So I think that's really good.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I definitely think that the whole journey of identity is something that we all go through, and basically that the artwork that I had the chance to share was part of that journey. And seeing something that I liked, seeing something that I said, okay, I want to pay tribute to this. I want to make a drawing of this. I want to spend my day drawing this. And even if nobody sees it, it's a personal journey that I wanted to go through. If I wanted to make a drawing of a Flavor Flav or of Big Pun, it's only because it had a purpose of my auto evaluation of it, and my appreciation of it. And if other people get to appreciate it afterwards, that's lovely. But the best time that I spent with that piece was making the choice and having that time of time to myself to produce the artwork, or to produce the drawing or such, or to produce the song, right? So
you need that time for yourself.
Yep.
You definitely need to find that time, that peace yourself to get creative and get loose.
Yes. So, man, what's next for you, man? Any new projects, albums, collaborations you should know about or watch for?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. So currently we have the exhibit up in the Hoboken Historical Museum. It's going to be up until August 3rd. Okay, so y'all have time to go check that out. It's a small museum, but it's really cool. And we have the upper gallery to ourselves there. I have my collection of artwork, my current, most recent collection, which is a tribute to hip hop culture, Puerto Rican culture, and also spirituality, resistance, and I'm also got my musical projects pushing through, and usually we do the opening ceremony of the gallery with live music and something to taste for the audience. And but this time it was a simple opening, and it's just going to be the artwork up. But we do have some new music coming up. I got a new single coming up. We just finished mixing, mastering. So I'm going to be working on a new music video for that.
For thought exclusive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, the whole experience with the artwork and the music is something that I like to do. Is certain events that we're pushing forward with art show and live music. And other than that, you got to stay tuned for what's coming up, because
I'm coming down, man. I want a piece, man. I want a piece of the artwork, man. I'm coming down.
Man. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, of course. Whatever you
want.
I
said, we got so many things going on and food for thought, and so many projects that we're gonna have to do. But even if I come the last day, I'm gonna bring my ass up.
Gotta be there.
I'll get there.
No, but there will be more art shows coming up. I'm currently submitting to some open calls that are going to be happening August, September. So, usually I have like my artwork moving through different parts of the city. Right now it happened in Hoboken and Jersey City. So really cool community over there. A lot of Boricuas there. So I really, appreciate all the love that I've received, from the people. And we're gonna also share the love with the workshop. We're gonna do a mask making workshop in the museum. So it'll be through the month of July. And a lot of projects coming up. So this year's been really busy, and we're gonna keep it going. This one and the next.
That's a beautiful
One more thing. Explain the coconut mask to people.
Oh, see, okay.
See.
No, so this coconut mask is very, very special in the Puerto Rican culture and history. Okay, so the coconut mask is actually for a character that was created for the carnival season. Okay, so carnival season in the Caribbean is big.
Yes.
Each island kind of has their own carnival and a different time of the year, and it's a massive celebration, and it's part of the identity of the island. Okay, so in Puerto Rico we have our own, and usually what these carnivals started as religious processions 1st. They used to carry a saint in their back or something, and then it turned into like the carnival as what we know it today. But the coconut mask is one of these characters that they would dress up for the carnival, and it's got a very unique story, very, very amazing story, because if we got time, I'll get into it.
We got time.
Okay. So it goes back to like when the Spanish colonization came, right? So when the Spanish came to the island and they started to take over, also they wanted to convert the native people and the African slaves that they brought. They wanted to convert everyone to Christianity, right? How did they do that? They did it through certain rituals and celebrations. So it was like, all year we're gonna be nasty to you, but one day here we're gonna have a party.
Yes.
And that's how kind of they started convincing people, right? So in the party, they had the procession, and it's kind of like a theater thing, right? Where we tell a story and we kind of act it out to kind of pay homage to the saint or anything, right?
With the mask.
So the mask was used, and the purpose of the mask was kind of like, this character was the antagonist, right? Was like the bad guy. It was like a little devil, okay? But what it really represented was anything that was not Eurocentric, anything that wasn't what the colonizers wanted, right? So they would say, yeah, your native culture is the devil. Yeah, your spirituality, that's the devil. That's the devil, blah, blah, blah. But what we really understand is that is just being antagonized, right? The native culture.
Yes.
So this coconut mask was worn by that character. And the character, he was very colorful, and they would also dress the Catholic knights during the carnival, right? And during the storyline, the coconut mask would kind of fall to the Catholic knights, right? And it meant the colonization of the land. So this was the story of that also happened in Spain. Okay, so the patron saint of Spain was the one that made Spain from a Muslim country to a Christian country back like 500, 700 years ago. So they wanted to bring that story to the Caribbean and show like, yeah, we, the colonizers, we conquered everything, and the bad guys were the devils or whatever, right? So the coconut mask is basically a representation of the native culture that was being antagonized during the colonization process. So through the years, we came to admire the coconut mask, pay homage to it, and consider it a sacred object, as it represents our true roots, our true, history of being, our true heritage. So,
big up to that.
So through the art, So what I did with the collection of the artwork is that I gave it a twist, and we have like the hip hop influence, their modern influence, and we have coconut mask, with the hip hop gear, with the hip hop movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw those. Those are nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
We have tributes to certain singers. Also have a Big Pun tribute. So we have Big Pun with his Vehigante mask. I have like I mentioned, the Flavor Flav, the Public Enemy, with Chuck D also. So I did a tribute to them. Designed their own masks, and it's part of like this journey that I've been through and the things that have inspired me, and the things that that we pay tribute to. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to you, man. Yep. I need one of them coconut masks. I got a spot to put it up to, man.
We gonna be down at the art gallery, like, yo, this one, this.
Yeah,
that's how we gonna be there.
No, I'll do something special for you fellas.
Yeah, I need something, baby. Yeah. Thank you for coming on the show, Bebe Bambu. Coming to celebrate with us, man, and giving us that knowledge today, man. We appreciate you.
Dropping them jewels on people.
Yeah. This is your home. Anytime you want to celebrate, man, this is your home. Bring any artwork you want us to promote, whatever, man.
Yep.
We here for you, man.
That's lovely, though. No, for real. Now you're gonna see me again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we here. Once again, man, Bebe Bambu in the building.
Yep.
In the building. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy. Let's go. We're gonna experience the magic of one of the greatest noodle soups in the world. This is an easy recipe to follow. It's a traditional Vietnamese pho. Pho is a soup that's everything. It's light yet flavorful. It's beefy, savory, complex, with the tiniest hint of richness, and it's filled with beautiful spices like cinnamon. Without a doubt, one of my best soups. Some make this dish with beef bone and meat, but for the sake of this show, I'm gonna have to show you that later. I like to use beef tenderloin for my raw beef slices. Sometimes these cuts of meats is like a little costly, but trust me, it is well worth it. You can even partially freeze the beef in your refrigerator, so that way when you're cutting it, you get super thin, fine slices, because that's what you need, man. Let's do my music. Let's do the movie magic, man. Cut these down real thin, real thin. There you go. That's the way it's supposed to be. Let's move on. I'm gonna take this lemongrass, I'm gonna cut it in the back with the back of the knife. You're gonna chop it like that. We wanna get those flavors going on in this lemongrass. Release all the flavors. 1/4 beef stock, unsalted, in a stock pot. With all our aromatics. And we're gonna let this simmer for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, we're going to strain and discard all the solids out of the liquid. Let's pour this right in here. And this is what you're left with, just the liquids. We're gonna add our fish sauce at this time, and we're gonna add some salt just for taste. You can adjust it any way you want. More fish sauce if you like. I'll take our rice noodles. We're gonna soak these for like 15-20 minutes. Let them get a little soft. And then we're going to add them back to the boiling water. In 10 or 15 seconds, that's done. This soup is typically served with just noodles, beef broth, with some toppings on the side. The idea is to help yourself, to the toppings on the side, you and your guests. You put the toppings on whatever you want, how spicy you want, and you guys just pick from the toppings. So that's why the toppings is normally on the side of this dish. We're gonna place the meat on top here. Thin slices of beef tenderloin right on top of the noodles. I'm gonna place our bean sprouts on the side over here. You just dress up the dish now. Now we're dressing up. We're gonna ladle some of this boiling broth. Make sure it's boiling, because as soon as it hits the meat, it's gonna start cooking the meat. Cooks the beef in moments. So make sure it's pretty hot and boiling when it goes onto this meat. I'm gonna apply my mint along with my shallots, jalapenos, cilantro, let's dress it with this Thai chili peppers here at the top. Like I said, allow the guests to help themselves to the garnishes on the side, and they can make it any kind of way they want. Any kind of way. I'm gonna add this lime juice on top. And that's it, people. Thank you for watching. This has been Food for Thought. Yeah. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Kurt Small, the chef, aka Red Specs. Like I told y'all before, my brother, aka Alpha Moon, he's having problems with the camera, in and out. So, but we still going to keep this going for you people. I got the one and only BK Pinky is in the building with me. He's going to help me.
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, man, you're going to have to help me, man, keep this going, because I don't know what's going on with AK, man, and his shit is going in and out, so we just going.
Yeah, he got to pay the bills, man. Keep telling him.
I keep telling him with that Walmart phone, man, he got to change up, man, because he got some...
he got the Trump phone, man.
I think he got Galaxy 1.
Minus one.
Yeah,
minus one.
Yeah, Galaxy -1, and we're like in Galaxy 20 or whatever. So
man,
Yo, my man, upgrade that, baby. Upgrade Alpha Moon.
Yeah, man.
No, but on a serious note, it's just as there's storms out there where he's at, and flooding and stuff like that in North Carolina. So everybody stay safe out there, man. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yeah, man. So BK Pinky, I know you got news for me, man, and we're gonna get right into it, man.
Right.
Let's do it.
Let's get it
now. Yes.
Listen. This is BK Pinky in the building, and I got some news, food for your thought, man.
Let's go.
Man, yo, listen, man. It's a Legion of Doom in Harlem. It's that hawking. You remember Legion of Doom, that hawking animal, man?
Yeah.
You know, WCW wrestling. This is crazy out there. Yo, this got Legionnaires outbreak in Harlem. Killing 3 people. Over 65 to 70 people were diagnosed with this Legionnaire. And it's crazy, man. Those that don't know what Legionnaire is, it's a pneumonia, right? A bacteria that it comes from like natural water system or a man-made water system. Right?
Yeah, that's the things that be having on top of the buildings or something, right?
Right. So
the water towers,
and stuff like that.
Right.
You drink from it, whatever. Probably have stuff in it called Legionella, and that's a bad chick. That's a wicked chick,
dangerous chick,
dangerous chick, man. You don't want to mess with her. Legionella.
Oh man.
So try to drink bottled water. If you're gonna drink from the faucet, just boil the water. People in Harlem, like sections like 10027, 10030, 35, 37, 39. Those are the ones that got diagnosed in that area. Wow. So just be careful, man. We pray for y'all.
Yeah, man. And I remember that happened before. I don't remember what year it was. Yeah, but they were getting that too, man. And just everybody stay safe out there, and hopefully they can contain this, man, before it spread any bigger, man.
Correct.
Really crazy. Yeah, no doubt.
Man. In the sports world, man, we got somebody playing cops and robbers by themselves.
What you mean?
I don't know how you play cops and robbers by yourself. Well, this is how you do it. Ex-cop turned to security for the Miami Heat.
Right.
During that time, from 2016 to 2021, he was working as a security guard doing a detail for Miami Heat. Doing, I guess, the home games and stuff like that. At that time, he's had access to teams where they get the jerseys from, and all team memorabilia, all that stuff. He was taking it.
What, taking their?
He was taking the merchandise, the jerseys worn, taking them over 400 team memorabilia out. All teams.
That's crazy.
Items, headbands,
and doing what?
Selling them.
Wow.
And selling them. He tried to sell LeBron jersey, allegedly, his finals jersey for $100,000. Later on, it was auctioned for $3.7 million.
Wow.
This stuff cost a lot of money. He sold at least over 100 already, and for like $2 million he got.
And it's crazy because it's like you can't even trust anybody no more.
You can't trust nobody, man. And
your own security,
your own security, man. He was a cop.
That's crazy. He probably was doing that as an officer too.
His name is, I'm going to
Stealing
tell you
shit
who his name is. His
from the
name
crime
is
room.
62-year-old Marcus Thomas Perez.
Mm.
You might go back over, I don't know if he, they might just say, you know what, you want to do that? We're going to send you over to El Salvador. Let them go to, El Salvador to the prison over there, man. That ain't even make it worse. You a cop.
Yeah,
He was an ex-cop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I said he's playing cops and robbers by himself. An ex-cop went robber. He turned burglar. He doing stuff like that. What, your pension wasn't enough?
I guess
it's
not.
Crazy.
I guess not. Like I said, you can't trust anybody no more,
You can't trust nobody. You can't, man.
You have a business or whatever, man, or whatever. It just
you can't. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and it's gonna get worse, people. So prepare yourself. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
it's crazy, man. But that's what I got for you. Food for thought. I hope you think a lot on this, man. Listen, if you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime.
No doubt.
And everybody out there, be safe out there. There's a lot of stuff coming up, like earthquakes. We're getting earthquakes now, and it's Jersey, New York. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Be safe out there, man.
Sign of the times,
head
baby.
On the swizzle, man. For real.
Yeah, man. No doubt. BK Pinky with the news. Yeah, man. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I'm going to leave you with one more of our interviews with Bebe Bam and his art exhibit at Hoboken Historic Museum. Man, we had a blast, man, just chilling with him and him showing us around, man. So Pinky, take us out, man.
And if you walk away from me, I just love you from behind.
I seen another piece. Out of all the pieces, there's only a couple that got my attention because it reminds me of the old grandma that I told you my son's grandmother's from Ponce. And that's this picture right here. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's this picture right here. It just took me right there and I was like, wow, because she was feisty. So when I see little 38 and I see she was feisty, but it almost looks to me like real political, like a real revolutionary. So for me, could you explain this piece that you did here?
Of course. This awesome piece, I really took the time to give it the attention it needed, and it's a tribute to Lolita Lebron. And Lolita Lebron is a revolutionary figure.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah. I seen that 1954, and I said, this looks real revolutionary. Like she don't take no shit, whoever this person is. So the art really spoke to me. I said, wow, that reminded me of my son Derek Jr. It reminded me of his grandmother, like real feisty. And then look, you just told me that.
Yeah, that's the truth right there. And the history behind this person is very controversial. And just to give it a little light, it's basically a group of people who wanted to believe in the liberation of Puerto Rico, and in 1954 they walked inside Congress and took out their weapons and shot up Congress.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Now this is not part of the Puerto Rican Revolutionary People's Party from back then. This was a total. Okay.
This was totally different, and so it was actually labeled as individual effort from a person, not a group.
Okay.
And it wasn't associated with a group.
Okay.
It was associated with the nationalists from the island. Okay. But at the end of the day, after the event happened, Lolita Lebron took the blame.
So was she jailed?
She did. She was jailed. She was jailed for for a lot of years. I know she and her accomplices as well were jailed One of his accomplices was jailed with Leonard Peltier, who is also a Native American who was fighting with, for the rights of Native Americans in the U.S. And it really is really tied to a very important and political movement.
I can see it, and I can see.
And she really tried to spark something with her acts, and if you dig into her story, it goes very deep. And something that's actually going on is that my mother, who is actually a filmmaker herself, she is working on a documentary right now on Lolita Lebron. So that's a project that's coming out, and look out for that. There's actually also an Instagram page for it. It's called Yo Soy Lolita Lebron, and it's a documentary on Lolita Lebron's life.
Well, you gotta send us all that, because Food for Thought is food, music, and the truth. So the more knowledge we get of different things in different culture, we soak it in, and we try to learn from it. That's why I'm picking your brain. That's why I'm trying to find out all these things, because the more knowledge we have, we can pass down. You got a lot of pieces here. There's a few that caught my attention, and one that I've seen is, let me show you, is right over this way. This one, as soon as I came up, it caught my attention, and I see it has the red
dot right there. Yeah.
So could you tell us this piece? Who is this piece? Who is this person in this piece, and what does it mean?
Of course. This is, just another very important piece from the collection, and it really means a lot to me. I have a big, important connection to this piece. And this is my tribute to Roberto Clemente, the baseball player. And the piece is called Run Home Coconut. Instead of Home Run. So Run Home is kind of a place to his history of being a Puerto Rican leader and community leader, and it's such an important figure in sports history as well, but just making that connection of how important the island was to him as well.
And it's like a double entendre, because it's not the home run plate you're talking about, it's run home. So I really dig that. That's real clever.
Right, and the purpose is to kind of have that call into what his roots were and what was really important to him, which was his history and his country, his neighborhood, and really promoting the sport and promoting, good things.
Because the neighborhood, as soon as you said that, it reminded me, because they named the Roberto Clemente State Park up in the Bronx, in tribute to him. So he did a lot of stuff for the community and stuff like that.
Yes, very true. And of course, I try to just pay tribute to his greatness, and something that I do not share with everyone, but very special about this piece is that my grandfather actually knew Roberto Clemente before he passed, right? So there's a history there between my family and the Clemente family. My mother and my uncles, they grew up and they knew Roberto Clemente's children. So back in the island, it's just like braided into our own history as well. So to me, it was very important to do a tribute to Roberto Clemente, not because everyone does a Roberto Clemente piece, but because there was a genuine connection to my grandfather and what
that's like that bloodline there. Yeah. Everything that your family grew up knowing. I'm sure they got a lot of history from his people, showing them and telling them different things and passing it down from generation to generation. So that's a good thing. You do really, I really like the piece.
Yeah, and as you can see, another red dot right there.
Red dot. So
this is another one of those pieces that only less than 5 of them have ever been made, but every time they're prepared for an exhibit, they're sold.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a good thing, brother. Good thing, man.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you, man. Yeah. So something that's something that I like to create with the artwork is trying to extend it into an experience where people get to discover a history of something that they didn't know. They saw the artwork, and there's a QR code that once you scan it, it'll take you to my website, and there's a full description of the page. You can see the artwork, what it means, who it's dedicated to, and you could eventually connect with that other content.
Okay.
So one that I have to do, I have to stop and consider also giving a special shout out to Mr. Chuck D of Public Enemy, who recently had a birthday. So
shout out
happy birthday
Chuck D.
to Chuck D.
I see the pendant.
Yeah.
I see the Mother Africa. I see. Yeah. It's a
I
beautiful
incorporated
piece.
the logo, also the Public Enemy. It's a
Yeah,
full
it's in there. I see it in the
there,
kicks.
and the
You know what I
kicks
mean?
as
Yeah.
well.
So-
It's an amazing inspiration. His work is just outstanding and inspiring. I had the privilege to meet him once in the island, and we exchanged information, and also I sent him my music, and he started playing in his radio show. That he's got like a internet radio show. And so we connected through there, and we've actually been in contact for almost 8 to 10 years already, man.
Wow,
so,
yeah.
Once I started developing the collection, it was like, I had to take my time to really make tribute to the people.
Did you ever see this piece yet?
Yes, I believe he did. I sent it to him, and he shared it on his IG and everything a while back. I think last year he saw it, and I was trying to get it to him, you know. Hopefully I'll send it. I'll send a little package, you know. But it was an awesome piece to do, and this piece was inspired by the Fight the Power music video, right? The music video. That song, which is so powerful, resonating so much, especially now, and when it came out, it's just something that resonates through the ages. You know what I mean? It's just so impressive.
Red, black, and green.
Awesome. So with the gold.
The gold.
The speaker, I had to do. That's just so iconic. That whole video. And I started to dig into the history of the video. Then I learned that Spike Lee, the director, he asked Chuck D to write that song.
Oh wow!
Because they wrote that song for the movie Do the Right Thing.
Wow!
So that music video, the song, everything was intention for this movie.
For Spike Lee.
For Spike Lee. And it just turned into this iconic moment
it's like an
that just
anthem.
resonated and
like
just keeps resonating. It's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing, and it's so inspiring to see, and to continue, being influenced by that whole movement. And I wanted to, kind of take that and make it part of the exhibit, and make my tribute to it and show how much it had meant to me as well, So.
Well, let me tell you, man, you got some talent, your wealth of knowledge and information. Do not stop, man. You've always out home, here at Food for Thought. You know what I mean? Like, don't stop, man. Keep inspiring the youth. I know we have the mask that you had a workshop.
Oh yeah, we had a workshop. I want to show you something, but right before we go, I want to show you the last piece right here. This is my Flavor Flav tribute.
I see the boy.
And
I see the
so as part of the tribute, I wanted to mention Chuck D, of course, but I couldn't leave out Flavor Flav. It was just such an iconic person and figure. His character itself is just so amazing, legendary. And then I also enjoyed doing my research, trying to find that perfect pose. What pose could I really choose out of all of flavors, and I wanted to incorporate the clock chain, all the chains on them. And in this one, I really thought about where I wanted to put the gold. So it's one of the first pieces where I was intentionally designing the gold to be placed on certain areas and to highlight the chains, the jewelry, you know, gold on the mask as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's just amazing, man.
Like your pieces, I can't stop saying it. They're like, they're powerful. You know what I'm saying? In art, you know, people look at it different ways. You know what I mean? They look at it. How did I say it go? Art is like my expression. When I come here, I look at this. I might see this. Somebody else will come look at it and see something different, and that's the beauty of art. You know what I mean? So when I come here and I see these different pieces, and like even this one, the lady, the ballerina, you know what I'm saying? It has so many meanings, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a wonderful thing to live. I mean, I really appreciate it. I'm glad you came.
Yeah, I want to pick up the mask and hold the mask.
Oh yeah.
It's coming to light because it probably can't see it too much over there.
I'll bring this one because this was my original piece. I'm doing a new one now, but this is my original coconut mask, coconut head, and it's the character. It's meant to resemble a coconut, but the mask itself is made out of paper mache, and then treated with paint. And there's different ways you can do it. This was what we did in the workshop.
The workshop. So this is nice, man. And we got some weight to it.
It got, and depending on how many things you put on it, weighs more. But this is played in with the, with the paper and with cardboard, and then just layered, and treated correctly. It could definitely last.
Walls.
Oh yeah, for the walls, we go ahead, we do something like what we did in El Barrio Parade. Take one of these babies with you, and you definitely taking the parade to another level.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So,
that's right.
Yeah, these pieces are traditional, paper masks that are done on the islands and throughout America, throughout Africa as well. Just so very ancient. The method, the technique of the paper, the flour, the hot water.
Now they said they use these masks like in Puerto Rico and different, islands when they're doing like celebration and different things like that, like like carnival, and stuff like that. So they dress up. They all dress up. Yeah.
So this whole concept of the workshop, the artwork, it has that influence of the carnival culture, the carnival history, and all the stories behind it, because we see it as a big party, right? But there's really a big intention behind it of learning also, and of narratives that we have to decipher which one, and there's a lot to be discovered there, and it's definitely something that resonates through all the islands in the Caribbean, Central America, North America. Definitely brings us together in that context, and it's part of it. We celebrate.
Well, brother, I want to thank you. Thanks for having me and Respects out here. Showing off the artwork. Like I said, Respects behind the camera and doing his thing. You know what I mean? But we love you. We appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man. I love you guys. De verdad. It's been a privilege to be part of Food for Thought.
That's right.
We down here, we here until the end. So whenever you say, I'm there.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.